Obesity is a pandemic. It's spreading like wildfire, not just here in North America, but all across the world. Insurance companies and governments are recognizing that the sooner we do something to stop obesity, the better it would be, not just for the patient's life, but also for the cost that comes with healthcare. For example, the prevalence of diabetes, the prevalence of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, sleep apnea, and the list goes on and on about the medical conditions that are directly associated with obesity. And hence, taking care of obesity directly affects the resolution of these medical conditions, also known as comorbidities. There are insurance companies today that fully support bariatric evaluation as well as bariatric surgeries, and if your insurance company happens to be one that is not, we can work with you, with your insurance company, to try to make them realize the obvious. The Metabolic and Bariatric Center at St. Michael's is unique for several reasons. One, it really truly is a comprehensive center about obesity, and that is because we have a whole team, including the medical side, the psychological side, the dietary side, exercise, as well as the surgery side. So we just don't offer one thing, which means we don't have a bias. We will be working with you to come up with the treatment plan that works best for you, whether it's surgery or not surgery. All these team members are physically located in one place. They are all vested in you as a patient and take pride in this center and want to work with you to make sure that we achieve our goal, which is sustained weight loss with resolution of comorbidities.
One of the things that makes the Metabolic and Bariatric Center at St. Michael's unique from other bariatric programs is that we really do have a comprehensive team working together with the patients. From the very first time the patient comes to the center, they're going to meet with all of the team members and come up with a plan that's going to work for their lifestyle. And that team continues to work with the patient throughout their progress.
Many centers have a team approach, okay? And so patients see a nutritionist and a psychologist and maybe an exercise person. But here at St. Michael's, we've taken that team approach and we've put it under one roof. After the initial consultations, we get together as a team and we actually can do a face-to-face discussion of each patient so that we can relate to one another. What one person may or may not have seen can influence what someone else may or may not have seen. And so I think we get a more comprehensive perspective of each individual patient.
The first time that I meet with a client who comes in is usually for a psychological evaluation. So they would be coming in to meet with the whole team. We sort of each see a client and then we get together and discuss, what we think is the best treatment plan for them. But when I meet with the clients, I usually just explain to them. A lot of them are very nervous because they haven't seen a psychologist before, and they're like, am I going to lay down on the couch? Are you going to analyze me? So I try to put them at ease and just explain to them that I'm really there just to try to understand more about who they are as a person, so that we know them better as an individual, so we can figure out what their needs may be.
What we like to do initially, first visit, is usually just reviewing your medical history, a comprehensive evaluation, checking your lab, x-rays, and then obviously discussing your medical issues with the team that we have. I think that makes us different, that we want to present as a team approach with the dietitians, the psychologist, the social worker, and the surgeon, and of course I, being the medical doctor, will discuss and plan out to see what is best options and discuss what is the best option for the patient.
We want you to feel that this is a family and we are all working together to get you to the goal, which is just not 100 pounds over the course of a year, but how do you keep those pounds off for the rest of your life? the whole program infrastructure is built around your needs. So from the time that you come see us, whether it's the seminar or the initial consultation, and you enroll into the surgical pathway, there's a whole series of support. Starting off with the pre-op education class, where we sit down with you and walk you through the process from the day of coming in for surgery, what to expect in the preoperative area, as well as en route to the OR, and then what you or your family members will expect in the waiting room. And once the surgery is done, there will be post-op follow-ups in the doctor's office, as well as monthly support groups. I would want you to feel comfortable coming back to us at any point in time, even if it's not a scheduled post-op visit, with any questions, any concerns. Consider it as a marriage between you and us. And once the initial phase is over, which could be 6 months to a year, I actually request my patients to be following up with us on an annual basis, because I want to be able to make sure that at any point in time, any element of the program, whether it's psychological support, dietary counseling, or exercise, is needed, we are already in your life, so we can recognize that earlier and put you in that program without you having to wait and go through regaining weight issues or whatever else might be, and then come to us when it is a little too late.
As a multidisciplinary team, we work with our patients to decide which pathway is going to be most beneficial for them. For some patients, it'll be the metabolic pathway, which is the non-surgical option, and that's working with myself, the dietitian, as well as the psychologist, the medical doctor, and the personal trainer to help create new lifestyle habits that are going to eventually lead toward weight loss that a patient can sustain for the rest of their lives.
I'll be evaluating patients who are going to be referred here to see if there is any metabolic issues that needs to be addressed, has not been addressed already by their primary care physicians, and then evaluate them for preoperative evaluation for clearance for surgery that they may decide to have it, or either if they decide to take into a weight loss program, then it has to be supervised and evaluate the diet and the micronutrients and other things that they will be needing it. So checking them initially and then following up during the program.
Each person is an individual, so their plan that we create for them must be individualized. Not everything's going to work for everyone. Okay, we want to optimize their time here and create for them a plan that will help them achieve the success and to keep that success going on a lifetime basis.
It's really meaningful to sit with somebody and have them really feel comfortable opening up and talking to you about these things. And I just went to the baby shower of one of my patients who had gastric bypass surgery like 7 or 8 years ago, and at that point she'd just been obese her whole entire life and had never really had much of a life. And then, she had the surgery and she came to see me for therapy afterwards and came to all the groups. And since then, her life changed dramatically, and it was just amazing to be a part of that whole process. So it's like an honor and a privilege to follow people through that journey and see how they do.
Each and every member, whether it's the dietitian, the personal trainer, the psychologist, the obesity medicine specialist, as well as my staff, are all dedicated towards fighting obesity and fighting it in a community like Newark, where there is a great need and unfortunately no such service available. And I would like to invite you and your family and your loved ones to come and learn and help us help you change your life.